Hey, welcome back to Signature Moves with your girl Tanya D. Floyd. I'm trying something new today. It was not planned. I've been talking about starting my podcast for, I think the whole 2 years I've been doing this YouTube channel. But it just never seemed to come together because people and guests, and I want it to be, fresh and relevant and updated, and I want it to be real, I want to have guests that you can relate to. I want to have topics that, are current. I want to do it right, But today I said I was going to start sharing my poetry because I was talking about how people should start their healing journey and not let past trauma leave them stuck where they are doing, just blaming and being just stuck in the hole, not moving forward, And that got me to thinking about some of the things that I have written. So I said, you know what, I'm going to start sharing my poetry on YouTube so people can, know that I've been in the game for a minute with the whole being positive, trying to help people process and, live a better, more fulfilling and happier life because of self-awareness and self-inventory. And all my books are primarily based on the premise of having better relationships because of having a better relationship with yourself and understanding your challenges and how to, navigate through them and get around them and how not to bring other people into your crap. Okay. So I mentioned this morning on a video that I had written published 9 books, and I started my own healing journey by writing poetry 20-some years ago. My first book was published in 2005. It was called From Where I Stand, It Is What It Is. It had 50 poems that I had compiled over some years about different feelings and events and traumas and, questions and issues I had. Okay. So it was a good place to start too, because I didn't even know I was going to enjoy it that much, first of all. And second of all, it helped me to process because I was getting it out. There was no judgment because there was no witnesses. There was no audience. It was just me and the page. But that grew into all of this. And when I say all of this, it's not like I'm, started some media conglomerate or anything, but I have gone from writing poems to publishing books to sending out emails to people all over the place with thoughts for the day. And those were so well received. I did calendars with the thoughts all compiled. I put those in books. Timeless Thoughts and Words of Wisdom from the Mind of Tanya D. Floyd is the title of a 3-part series. The first volume is what is it? Wait, volume 1 is It's All Relative. Volume 2 is, never mind, I messed that all the way up. 1 is red, 1 is pink. I'm looking at the covers on my wall right here. The guy named Anakin Udofia from Nigeria. He, I don't know, a friend of mine introduced me to him. He met him in a club where he was working. And he said, this cat is really good at, you should get with him and get you a book cover. I ended up getting 3. Over some time, I got 3 book covers out of him. He does murals now on very, very public walls and very, very public places. So if you go down U Street, you'll see he did a mural on the side of Ben's Chili Bowl. If you go to, I think he's been to, I'm not going to lie, he's been in different countries doing murals. He's done something down the Shaw neighborhood, just different places. And he has these art exhibits he does too. Shout out Anakin. Remember when? But yeah, volume 1 was all about like just real talk type, just things that came out of my mind about different things. Yeah, I had it mixed up. The second volume is all relative. It's about family and relationships of an intimate nature, marriage and all of that stuff. And then the third volume, it was originally going to be called No Filter, but I don't know. What did I call it? This is embarrassing almost. I lose a word a week, so it's, par for the course. But the third volume is all about very intimate thoughts that I put together over the last few years about everything. And it was not as reserved as the first two. It was totally, I think I called it diary. That sounds about right, because I took the filters off. I took the, public, what do you call it? Oh my God. Politically correctness off. I took the filters all the way off. I just said what I had to say about whoever, whatever. Yeah, it was, needed to get off my chest. So, yeah, even in 2020, I was still doing the writing and the putting the words to the page. And I got to tell you, when I did that book, I felt like I had made up with my best friend writing. Because for a while, when I started doing all these other things, podcasts, and this isn't my first time doing a podcast. I started one in 2013. You can still find episodes. I'll post the link on the page. But, oh man, I had broken up with writing for a while because I felt like it wasn't going to get the job done. It wasn't going to reach the right amount of people, the right time and all that. I thought it was, kind of out of touch, out of date kind of thing. But, there are still people out here who love a good book. So I just need to be better at promoting my books so that people can understand who I am, what I'm about, and how I can help them, even though they don't know me yet. As a matter of fact, when I started writing the Timeless Thoughts books, I think the description, I put something like, you don't know it yet, but I have something for you. Or, who in the world is Tanya D. Floyd? You don't know her yet, but you don't want to know her. Something like that, But this is, let me tell you, when I sat down and had this idea a few minutes ago to put these together, I'm on the Spreaker app right now, putting my podcast episode out while I do the YouTube video so you can know what I'm doing, right? But when I sat here and said, how can I do this? Like the two things at one time. Now I got another idea. When I sit down in my studio, I'm going to do it through something on YouTube so I can do the video and the audio at the same time and broadcast it to all my socials. But I could post it to my socials this way too. But anyway, I got so excited. I was like, hey, we're going to do this. Finally. We don't need to wait for no guests. Forget them guests. They always want to flake out at the last minute. Talking about, well, we can do it another day. Nah, let me tell you, my podcast used to be Friday nights at 8 o'clock, period. And it was live. I didn't do pre-edited versions. I just sat down and like, hey, we doing it. Let's get it. It's funny. I was doing, I was doing a podcast one day before I went on this date, right? And the guy came to pick me up. And I was like, hold on, I'm not finished yet. I got, you got to sit down. Wait a minute. So he sat in a chair while I did my podcast. And he kept looking at me. And when I finished, he said, who are you? It was hilarious because, I was never reserved when I was dating anybody. But the joy I must have had when I was doing my podcast, he was like, you just like a whole nother person right now. I was like, oh, that's me. He was like, well, why you don't never show me that? I'm like, Oh, I guess that's a sign. Maybe I didn't feel joy with him. It didn't last long, so there you go. But I ain't supposed to be talking about all this. I'm supposed to be talking about specific stuff. Like, I found the poems. Where they at? I went into my... Oh, shoot. I went to Google. I found them. Now I gotta go find them again. Which one of these windows put me? I'm on this new, I got a new laptop, and I'm using Windows 11. Not real good at navigating around in here yet. But, yeah, let me just go back over here to Google and find my stuff. I need to minimize some things. Maybe that's it. Yeah, there it is. Google. No, this is Chrome. Alright, put that. That ain't it. Oh, shoot. I'm about to mess something up. Okay, let's go back to Google. This is Microsoft Store. This is so dumb. I need to get myself together. Hold tight. Alright, I found them. Google Docs. When I was talking this morning, I was thinking about a very specific poem, because I said something today about dads who choose to exercise their options and pretend like they're so traumatized and so, you know, still hurt by the baby mama and whatever shenanigans she had going on, that they can't, you know, be good fathers right now. And they don't know when they can. So I remember the conversation I had with one of my cousins a while back, where he was talking about his father when he remarried. You know, they had another kid, and it was like he had a fresh start, but he forgot about the other kids he already had. So what? Dudes just be tripping. But they blame it on their baby mamas. And I ain't saying the baby mamas don't be tripping, but regardless of what she does, you gotta get yourself together and do your job, period. Okay. I wrote a poem called Daggers. I believe this is in the book called The Signature Movement. I wrote that book in 2013, 2014. It was kind of like parallel to the podcast I had started, where I was talking about all the different topics, but I wrote poems seemingly for each topic that I was covering on the podcast. And actually I have transcripts, or what do you call it? Well, yeah, I guess you could call it transcripts, where I transcribed the actual podcast to writing and put it in the book. You know what I'm saying? All right. Daggers. And this is for the dads out there. Pay attention. Are you this guy? Excuse me. We mothers don't always get it right with these men. What they do depends on the day and what mood they're in. Can't always tell which way it'll go. Even when you think you know, you don't know. Wish I knew why it was so easy for them to walk away, pretend they have no seeds planted, offspring abandoned at the drop of a hat. I didn't know he would act like that, since I've seen him do for the ones before you. I swear I thought he'd be a good daddy for you. Would have given you his last name, too, had he been there to claim you. But he didn't want that. Didn't even pick up the phone to call me at the hospital. Yeah, I remember who that was about. Hold on, let me open this up. I guess one more kid will make his life a little uncomfortable. Too much explaining to do to somebody. Well, lucky for you, you got me. Be it 1 or 2 or 3 in my tribe, we'll thrive. Deadbeats and selfish asses aside. Sometimes I wonder what it is about me that makes it so easy for them to promise without delivery, speak without sincerity, straight up lie to me, and expect me to listen. Yeah, pissing on me, calling it rain, But I am able to maintain because I know we all reap what we sow. I'll get mine. You'll get yours without doubt, according to what we dish out. Oh, here's another dad. You got your priorities screwed all to hell, brother. Dude, who knew you'd have to give up your firstborn to love her? You knew. Now there's nothing you can do. Because sometimes stepmother just means other. Not like other mother, though. Because she's already a mother to others. So she don't want your seed. Need to ask the hard questions when you're in these situations. Auditioning folks can avoid complications of large magnitude. Kind of rude to try the milk, buy the cow and take her home, her kids in tow, and now your own don't know their place. Because this place is now their space and yours. Ain't no ours. That dream of family things went sour almost soon as you said I do. She knew she wasn't about that Brady life, and you just needed a lady in your life. So you made the trife move and dipped. More like slipped off into the sideline area. Kind of there when you want to be noticed. Lens is focused on you and your big happy family unit. You and this broad smiling for the pictures like don't nobody know you kicked your flesh and blood to the curb to play daddy to hers. Father of the year, huh? Bruh, you dumb as they come. Cause and effect. Laws of physics. Karma's a bitch. No matter how you slice it, shit will come back. That is an absolute fact. You're as bad as deadbeat dad with your halfway ass. Are you this dad? Blended family? None for me, thanks. Little children come with mothers who tend to give me angst. I'd prefer a man with older kids. Aged, so they would want to go everywhere we did. Not looking for him to play daddy for any of mine. As long as he's focused on me, we'll be just fine. Best pal, movie buddy, designated partner, travel with me, dinner dates, sporting events, has his own separate residence, understands that space is okay. We don't need to see each other every day until we're both ready. When things between us are going so steady, it just seems natural to want to promise forever, wake up together, make matrimonial testimonials in front of witnesses in suits and pretty dresses on an island somewhere. That's my goal anyway. If we never get there, it's perfectly okay. Some other guy, some other time. Call me what you want, but I'm not going to get caught up in a setup with no stepkids. I'm really not cut out for that gig. Too much competition from all directions. People vying for affections. Nah, pass. Relationships under that kind of strain never last. Daggers by Tanya D. Floyd in The Signature Movement, published 2014. Available on Amazon. Available also at MakeSignatureMoves.com. I'll sign it for you and send it right to you. I'm telling you, it's always something with these dudes. I don't know why I was so upset at the time, but I think it has to do with somebody pretending like the kids that I had weren't good enough or something. I don't know. It's possible I was mad at somebody who... Never mind. We not gonna go there. But, see how I be starting stuff? Just writing poems. But I felt so much better after each one of these, I gotta tell you. Which one? I was reading something last week that made me laugh at myself. Oh, I know what it was. It was about that dating thing I was trying to do. I swear, it was so many poems about so many different situations. And I'm not saying there was a guy for each situation, but yeah, there was some stuff going on back in around 2015. Because let me tell you, for a while, when my youngest was really young, I wasn't dealing with anybody for any reason. But once he got old enough and I was comfortable just, you know, leaving him places and thinking about me without feeling guilty, I said, you know what, I'm going to really do this thing. I'm going to just interview and see what I find. Child, I shut that thing down around 2016. I don't think I look back since. It was terrible. Like, what? We in our 50s, man. Refresh me. What is going on here? At the time, I was in my 40s, but like, why are we still playing around with this old? Can we not? I'd appreciate it if we didn't. Let me just see. This other one. It's called, oh man, it wasn't in that book. Out of Tune. Okay. Out of Tune. I remember the guy I wrote this about, as a matter of fact. Believe that's published in the Signature Movement too. Oh no, wait a minute. If I wrote it in 2014 and I started dating later, where did I put it? I don't know. I gotta think that one through. Maybe it's nowhere. Maybe I stuck it in the last book. Oh, that's messed up. I gotta find it. But anyway, here goes. Out of Tune. Note the musical references. Sir, I've heard for the love of money, for the love of you, but you don't have the power you think you do. I heard music make her dance and money make her smile. Even heard the power of the PUSSY. But I never heard no songs about how dick make the girl. Hold on, let's back that up. I never heard no songs about how dick makes the world go round. And they act like if they stick you somewhere, you gonna bow down. Like if they dig enough, you gonna just shut up or something. But the thing usually ain't big enough to plug up nothing. I'm just saying, I don't smoke what I be drinking. Rum got me to thinking about how I've been using my powers for good, and I wish I would let a nigga punk me. I mean, unless you can put me to sleep, make me weak or something. Ain't nothing worse than short-winded except short-ended. Flexing like he gonna tear that ass up. With what? Disrespectful. That's how I be when you waste my time and energy. Little big ego. You know, you get swallowed whole. Spit you out and then never think about you again. Act like you put it down though, won't you? Probably think this poem is about you, don't you? I be tripping sometimes. But they keep starting stuff. And then keep acting like something wrong with me. Boy, bye. UOENO. Ricky Rose. Shout out to Ricky Rose. But yeah, I didn't come here to bash anybody. I just felt like I was going to encourage you to find a way to start your healing process. Even if it's as simple as writing funny poems about real things that you've endured. Or writing seriously deep and thoughtful poems about, you know, what you want or how you feel. It all counts. Get to the other side of that trauma. It ain't nothing but a big heavy bag that you carrying around for no reason. Stop it. I'm gonna do one more and then we can go. But I remember this guy. Ooh, let me tell y'all about this dude. He was nothing I thought I wanted. But then he kind of confessed that he had been digging me for a long time. And then we started talking, and I did more laughing than I had done in a really long time. He was sweet. He was funny. He was like, we about to go traveling. We had all these plans. But it's like, false start, flag on the play. And, yeah, I figuratively had my bags packed and he left me at the airport. Okay? He can't talk to me no more. He be trying, but no. You're done. The Awakening. Listening to Wet Dreams got me dwelling on things I'd rather not be. I'm telling you something. Guys are the cause of their own demise. Like a Shakespearean tragedy. Let me break it down for thee. Boy wants girl, promises her the world, because he knows she deserves something like it. Upon hearing this, she gets excited. He sees that she's delighted. He's gotten her to feel it. Now here comes the part where he seals it, but he doesn't give a damn that she's damaged. He didn't have to kiss me like that if he never planned to feel. He never should have touched me that way if he knew the real truth was he only liked me a little, or even a lot. Why not keep admiring me from afar, from the shadows where there are countless fellows, looming, looking, aware that it takes so much care to maintain such wonderful thing? Once the awakening has occurred, indeed, once you engage her at her core, those more intimate spaces where she places secrets, wishes, hopes, dreams, and keeps them under lock and key, for protection from all who would bring destruction with their lies, approaching under the guise of fondness, beginnings, bonds, just so they might catch her needing. Does she not long for you, crying out in silence for the touch that is yours? Ill intent he conceals as he reveals the nature of his lust, says he just wants someone unique with sweetness, only that one exudes. She oozes nectar he craves, but she saves it for the one to whom she can surrender, the one who can render her powerless to resist him. When with him she feels, oh, how she feels. Once, all of her wants to submit, but not just once. Give in to him anytime, all times, for all time. He who holds that key also claims responsibility for the awakening of she. Should he then neglect her want, her need, he shall know that hell hath no fury, no wrath, like that of an awakened woman on the path of retribution. Yeah, he ain't got nothing coming, okay? So there's that. But it's just a little taste of how you can use how you're feeling to get some healing. You know what I'm saying? Write it in. Make them the victims of your pen. Child, I have done it over and over and over again. Oh, all right, see that? Yep. Got books. Books. Nothing New Under the Sun is a novel I wrote, published in 2011. Amazon.com. You can get it in print. You can get it in digital on Kindle. All my books are available on Kindle. You can get 7 of the published books. The first two, I'm going to tell you, the first 2 books were so personal and so therapeutic for me. You can't find them no more. But, yeah, I told all the secrets. I took them out of circulation. But the first one, from where I stand, it is what it is. I did pull pieces of it out and add them to a new book called It Is What It Is, Epiphany. I added some poems to that. And, yeah, you can still find that one. Amazon.com or MakeSignatureMoves.com. I'll sign it for you. Send it right to you, okay? But, yeah, that was... Yeah, just... I want you to... You know, just get it out. Do what you gotta do, okay? You ain't gotta be all petty like me and write whole novels and assign characters to people that you know and, you know, give them different characteristics and make them more handsome and stuff. You ain't gotta do none of that. But you can if you want to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Get that stuff out. Feel better. Move better. Have better relationships. You deserve it. Life is good. We just got to remember that life is good every single day, no matter what else is going on. And that's all I got to say about that. Meanwhile, I'm going to clean this up. Not this version today, but like the whole process. And I'm going to make it more professional. And I'm going to do this justice because I'm ready to go back to my podcasting days and see what happens. Thanks for listening. Enjoy the rest of your day. Toodles.